Hello everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for Cocoa Vanilla Studio. I am using the fabulously beautiful Deck the Halls. I'm feeling very Christmassy at the moment. And for this layout in particular, I wanted to focus on and use the Speciality sheet with all of those gorgeous baubles, I would call them, or ornaments, I think they're known as in the rest of the world. Yeah, so I wanted to use those. So my idea was to create a layout on white background with lots of ornaments hanging down. So first stop, fussy cutting, of course, all those beautiful gold ones from the Speciality sheet. It's just crying out to be fussy cut, isn't it? So I thought I would start there. I've also, you can see on the left-hand side, I have pulled out a number of other ornaments, baubles, and some of them I believe are fussy cut, but some of them are ephemera and some of them are chipboard. So I have a real variety going on here. So yeah, just spending a little bit of time getting those cut out, and they're very easy and quick to fussy cut out. The other thing that I want to mention is that lovely paper has got golden stars and asterisks on, and they were lovely as well. So I wanted to save all of those, but they were quite a lot to fussy cut out. So I've kept some and I've cut some into circles and things like that. So not only does it have beautiful ornaments on it, it also has little star decorations as well. Okay, so you can see that I've trimmed my cardstock down. I took the manufacturing strip off, but actually I'm going to end up cutting it down further and putting on a border. I just wanted to throw all of my ornaments onto the page to see how I could arrange things and see whether it would work. The idea is to add strings, so I will sew or add strings from the top of the layout to each one of those hanging ornaments. So I have this photo of three of us, so that's my husband, my daughter and my youngest son. We went to a little family photo shoot last year and had some Christmas photos done. It was very cute. So we ended up with, normally we have family photos with all of us, but randomly we ended up with a load of me and my son, me and my daughter, my husband and those two, rather than all three of them. So I don't know quite how that happened. We must have just had a bit of a moment while we were there. But anyway, yeah, so that's three of my family. What I'm going to do is try to work out how I can get my photo included onto that layout. Should my photo be a hanging bauble or ornament, or should it sit amongst the hanging ornaments, or what? I wasn't quite sure. So I'm still just playing around with the formation of the ornaments. Ultimately, I think possibly I have too many. I'm also going to trim my layout down and give it a border. That's definitely going to work better for me. I like there's not that much colour in the ornaments because I've got a lot of the gold ones, which are pure gold and white. I've brought some colour in with the other ones, but I was worried that it was too white and not enough colour against the background. So that's why I thought it would benefit from having a border. So that is what I've done. That's me just cutting out those little circles with the asterisks or stars on them. They're a bit too small to fussy cut, but cutting them into circle shapes, I've just done it freehand. I probably would have been better off with a punch, but I was away scrapbooking and I didn't have the punch that I needed with me. So I just hand cut. I went, I was a bit reckless because who can hand cut a circle perfectly? No one. Certainly not me. But I managed. It looks okay. Okay, so I decided that I would turn my photo into one of the baubles, and I have cut it into a circle shape using a metal die. And what I did was I layered it on top of one of the gold ornaments that was a curved one. I've put it behind my photo, but the top part sticks up. So it does look like it's one of the ornaments, which is quite cool. Okay, so now I've got all of my ornaments stuck in place. I'm now going to add my strings. And you can see what I did there. I came up through the lowest one, tied it on the back with some tape, secured it on the back with some tape, and then I've gone straight up to the top edge. And I've gone to the top of the white cardstock, not the top edge of the layout itself, not the border, just the white cardstock. It just seemed to me like it was a better place to have my strings hanging down from. So I'm literally just doing this kind of by eye really, and if any end up wonky, that would be why, but I think it all turned out okay. But yeah, so I'm coming up through the bottom one and I'm going back down, and I've chosen a few different coloured threads. So I've got a peachy, reddy, pinky one there that I'm using right now. I've got a light pink that you can see over there on the left. I've got a turquoise. Is that all I do, those three? Just checking. Yes, just those three colours. And I started off trying to match the colours to the ornaments themselves. So if they were, had a green bow, I tried to add a green string, but then that kind of went out the window after a little while. So, the intention was there. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going with that. You can see that it's a very quick process. It's not taking absolutely ages. And I've just carried on doing that, so now all of my ornaments have got strings on them. I think all of them have. I wondered if I'd left one out by accident, but no, I haven't. It's okay. It's just where the light is on the layout a bit too much. So now I need to embellish the layout, and of course there's already quite a lot on there. I need to be careful. I need small embellishments, nothing big, to add in little clusters around and about places. But as I say, I've already got quite a lot going on this layout. Even though the colours are not overly saturated, I feel that I can't just add a whopping great Christmas tree somewhere. It wouldn't work. I need to be careful in what I choose. So I'm going through the floral ephemera and I'm pulling out a few smaller items. So it was quite nice to bring in some foliage, so some leaves, as well as the flowers themselves. And I'm also adding in some of the lovely little Puffy star stickers. Now they're not just stars, they're stars and little circles, but I've mostly stuck to stars just to give a little something extra to the background inside all the gaps. The layout, like I said earlier, is quite white. It doesn't have loads and loads of colour on it. There's no pattern paper, for example. It's just the ornaments themselves, and they're all quite muted, which is lovely. I really love a muted Christmas colour, modern colour scheme. I don't like the darks, the dark wood and the dark green and the very dark red. That's not really me. So something like this, which is light and pretty, is just beautiful. But like I said, it's not overly saturated, so I was just trying to add little bits and pieces of colour, little pops of colour where I could to the background. Now I'm just coming in to add my title. So I'm using a chipboard title. It's from the Chipboard Stickers, I'm raising that on foam pads for two reasons. One, because I like to add things on foam pads. I like my layouts to have lots of dimension, but also because it's chipboard. Chipboard has no flexibility, and the layout does have flexibility because it's just cardstock. So quite often what tends to happen is you bend the layout, like in the album, when you turn the page and the title pings off, or chipboard items ping off. So I tend to add chipboard with foam pads or secure them with additional adhesive like glossy accents, something really strong, or I tend to sew through things with my sewing machine. So any of those options, but on this occasion I went for foam pads, because of course the foam has flexibility, you see, so therefore the things don't ping off. There we go. So Merry and Bright is my title. I'm just continuing to add little bits and pieces here and there, making sure everything is stuck down. I'm just adding little tiny details to the hanging ornaments there. So little flower buds, just tiny flowers, little stars, all those kind of little things, just trying to make them just to give it a little bit of something extra, that's all. I just thought I would add a bow to the photo, and then it looked terrible. So I'm just quickly removing that. You have to try these things, right? It's all kind of nearly finished, coming together, just trying to see if there's anything else that I can add. Just try to add a little Christmas tree there. I say small embellishments are okay, anything big, not so good. But I think I just need to leave it now. I think it's really, really pretty. It's really hard to see it on video, but also the photographs it was really tricky to photograph, but in real life it looks really pretty. I think you're just going to have to trust me on that one. I'm just adding a few splatters of gold paint. Just added a few with my paintbrush myself to get them in the right places, and then added some splatters as well. And there we go. There's the layout all finished. Like I said, it was super hard to photograph. The gold reflects and then looks overexposed. So it was just a little tricky to photograph, but trust me, it looks lovely in real life. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that video. That was Nikki Rowland for Cocoa Vanilla Studio using Deck the Halls.